Yeah, we're live here coming at you from the Findlay Hyundai Studios on the Fan Sports Network on a Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday. This is the Wednesday, 3 weeks. The countdown is on until the first ever Black Desert Championship. And I called Patrick last week or texted him and said, hey, Patrick, I want to do kind of a feature every week all the way through the Wednesday after the Black Desert Championship. And he said, absolutely, let's do it. And so Patrick Manning, managing partner, Black Desert, is here, the guy that made this all a reality. And as we're getting close to the event, Patrick, what's going through your mind? It's got to be a whirlwind right now for you and your team.
Well, I'm so glad I have a really, really good team out there. What's going through my mind is can't wait for Utah to show up and to experience the Utah tournament again for the first time in 62 years, to see the golfers experience all that we're going to put out. We're going to roll out the red carpet for the players and for the fans. And we didn't make a choice. Like, are we going to take care of the players or are we going to take care of the fans? Which I think most tournaments, try to make a decision. And we found a way to take care of both.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure there's so many questions from locals, like what's going to happen with traffic? Where are people going to get parking at? Where are they going to shuttle in from? You guys got a plan for all that stuff.
Oh yeah, we've got our tournament director has run several U.S. Opens, and
this will be a walk in the park compared to a U.S. Open.
He's got it dialed. The great thing about Black Desert is that we can handle the PGA Tour on site, so it's not this satellite offices all over town, and we can park thousands and thousands of people right there on property. We'll be doing some shuttling from Tuacahn and a little bit from Tech Ridge, but mostly it'll all be there right on site, and it's all self-contained. So it's not like an Ironman where we're shutting down the streets and stuff. It'll be business as usual for the most part.
The ticket sales are going great from what I understand. I know we had the media day yesterday, and I think a couple of days are sold out already on the grounds tickets.
Yeah, grounds tickets. Saturday is sold out. Sunday, if there might be a handful left, but not many. There's the VIP hospitality experiences are still there's some available there for all days, but for the most part, the tournament's going to be sold out by the time they tee off.
It was cool yesterday. I'd played the course. I was out there for the Utah Tech men's golf fundraiser a couple weeks ago, and I'd seen the grandstands. But this is the first time I got to go up on top and see how many different vantage points you can watch golf from. I remember when me and my buddies would go out to Torrey Pines for the 2008 U.S. Open, or we went to Pebble Beach in 2010 or Chambers Bay. We always looked logistically for a spot where you could see multiple golf shots from one seat. And you've got that on that 16th Greater Zion Club. You can see everybody tee off. You can see the approaches. You can see the putts. You can walk to the other side. You can see the whole par 3, which is kind of the postage stamp hole that Weiskopf redid. And then you can see everybody tee off and even hit their fairway shots from 18.
That's right. You can watch the approach to 16 green, walk through the club and see the 17th, the short par 3, which everybody loves.
Yep. And
then watch them tee off at 18. But even that's the VIP hospitality. But we also have the fan village for general admission, and that's up on the Mesa. And those people up there on the Mesa which is anybody that's got a ticket, can watch 10, 16, 17, and 18 from just one spot. Just move around.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Black Desert. Events.com, blackdesertevents.com. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you can get the daily passes, the VIP experiences. Everything is right there on the website. Patrick Manning in studio with us. All right, I know a lot of people have asked me, so I'm sure a lot of people are asking you, hey, who's coming? Who's going to be in the field? What players are coming? And I know how the PGA Tour works. Some people have up to like a week before the tournament to opt in or opt out, and then other guys down on the list can then get a chance to get in. So I know you probably have an idea of, maybe half the field or 3/4 of the field, but I know maybe even you don't know the entire field because that's not been officially set yet.
Well, I do have access through the PGA as a tournament owner or tournament, whatever, as a tournament
host.
Yes, as a host. I have access into the player portal. And so I'll hand you my phone, and you can see who's in the player portal.
And these are guys that are already committed to play.
Those are people that are committed to play.
Lucas Glover, Nick Taylor, Emiliano Grillo.
Yeah, there's 10.
Chris Kirk.
10 top 50s.
Yeah. Andrew Putnam. Lee Hodges has been playing good. Patrick Rogers had a good year. Bo Hosler. Steven Yeager won last year. He's in the list. And, of course, we're going to have the Utah guys.
Yeah.
We're going to have Zach Blair, Patrick Fishburne, and, of course, Jadon Blake. We just heard from JDB a moment ago. But I know you were with Patrick yesterday, and he took third last Sunday at the Pro
that's
Course.
right. Patrick's tearing it up.
He's going to win soon.
Yeah, he's gonna win. Yeah, he came down yesterday on the plane with the Golf Channel because they're highlighting him as a rookie on the tour, and it was some great interviewing. Having Jadon, getting his 500th at Black Desert just here in a few weeks, and having him sitting there next to Patrick Fishburne, the up and comer, and I think Patrick said, "Hey, Jadon, you got 500 tour starts coming up here," and Jadon looked at him and said, "How many do you have?" He's like, 20.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
20 and counting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be a dream come true. I'm sure that was cool for Patrick to sit there with a guy that's got a lot of experience. Did pick his brain. Did they chat after?
They did. Jadon was telling me about the course, and which Patrick's played the course a few times, but Jadon was giving him some pointers on the course. And they Utah based. We got Weirzy. Gonna be playing, and Kihei Akina is an 18-year-old. I don't know if he's 17 or 18.
I know him well.
Yeah, but Kihei is gonna
Lone Peak High School, right?
He's at Lone Peak.
Yep.
Yeah. And so it'll be super fun to have a Jadon and a Kihei. I mean, 18 in a 500th.
I've seen Kihei. He's played on a lot of the big junior circuits, with the guys like Boston Bracken and people like that. And he is an up-and-coming special talent.
Yeah.
And so he's got an exemption, right? You gave him an exemption.
Yep, he got a sponsor exemption, yes.
So Weir got one, Jadon got one.
We gave one to Peter Quest.
Oh, Peter Quest needed one.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, because he didn't really have status last year, but he kept finding ways to Monday in and kept finding his name on leaderboards, which earned him quite a few starts, but he didn't have Korn Ferry or PGA status last year.
Right.
He was kind of caught in that middle of nowhere niche there, and he actually did well.
Yeah.
So I expect him to get his PGA full status here soon.
I agree with that totally. And Zach Blair's in the portal. So we've got 6, I think it is, Utah guys. And it's just super fun because I consider this tournament to be Utah's tournament. It's not Black Desert's tournament. And so to have some Utah-centric players in here is going to be a lot of fun.
I would be amiss if I didn't mention the name you didn't mention was Tony Finau, but it looks at this point like Tony will not be able to play. Has that been confirmed, or is there still an outside chance that he could commit later to this tournament, or what's the latest on that regard?
Well, I guess nothing's ever final until it's over. But I've talked to Tony 10 times, and he cleared everything out except he committed to his son, Jace, about a year ago that he would captain his son's first national tournament. And I respect Tony because he just said, Patrick, I can't tell my son I'm going to back out of captaining his first national tournament. And, I respect that, but he is super excited. He's actually asked what the possibility is of this next year becoming the Black Desert Championship hosted by Tony Finau, which is great. We all love Tony, and I respect him that he's not able to come because of his son. FOE,
family over everything. But this is a hard one to pass up. 62 years. You're from Utah. You have a ton of Utah fans. Was it an excruciating decision to stick with that for Tony? Did you feel the pain in his voice, Patrick?
I did. I can show you some texts it was painful for him. He wanted to be there for the fans.
Yeah, and I'm sure, that's a tough one because as a dad, you understand that, but you also, as a golf fan, understand how much the Utah fan base really roots for him and is behind him and wants to see him do well. And I mean, unfortunately, he made a lot of money last year, over $6.5 million. So it's the wraparound season. So a lot of those guys do try to spend some time with their family and take a little bit of a break after the grind. I understand that, but this is Utah. This is 62 years. So part of me is like, Tony, figure it out, maybe fly back and forth or something.
Yeah. No, we went through all those emotions.
Yeah. What else is going on behind the scenes? I mean, there's the ticket sales, there's the field, there's the course itself. I'm hearing that you and your team are going to have restaurants open. There's going to be a lot of really cool things that are going to be fan friendly. I know Weirzy and his team got a little fundraiser thing going. Is that still happening? Like on that extra 19th hole, is that still something there for fans?
There's a lot that we're still trying to put together over the last 3 weeks. I mean, Weirzy will be here with his wife Michelle Money and Jen Clyde that has For All and the clothing line. There's some fun stuff going to happen. Yeah, but we'll have 7 restaurants open just in 3 weeks. There's a long way to go. We have years of development to do before Black Desert becomes the largest hospitality offering in the state of Utah by 4 times. But when we open in 3 weeks, we'll be the largest thing in southern Utah already, with a convention center, 7 restaurants, 250 rooms. There's a lot going to be open here really shortly.
It's got to be amazing. I remember sitting with you at a restaurant about a dozen years ago, and you told me that you've been working on this. I don't know how long before you and I met. You started telling me about this piece of property, and you're going to build a golf course and a resort. And I was excited, and I was like, yeah. And then I'd check in with you. We'd bump into each other, and you're like, yeah, it's coming along a little slower than I'd like. And then all of a sudden, the last couple of years, I mean, the dream is forming. It is now here. It is, and I know there's still a lot of work to be done, but how satisfying is it? And I know you guys probably, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the PGA Tour say, hey, we got an opening. Are you guys ready to go ahead and go this year? And the plan initially was you guys were going to host it next year when everything was more complete?
Yeah, we signed up, if you will, to be to host this in 2025, October of 25. The PGA Tour called and said, we really, really need you to do this in 24. And I said, we won't be open. I don't want to do that. And I said, and they said, the players won't care. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that they're not going to care that we're not open. And so anyway, we agreed to it. We spent a lot of money for overtime to run 3 shifts. Found some gaps in the schedule, and found a way to open about 4 months. Nobody says this. We're opening 4 months sooner than we thought we were going to.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody build a house lately? It was 4 months later than you were expecting. You were waiting on those fancy doors from wherever, and they never came in time. Like, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It is going to aesthetically on TV look fantastic. I don't think the viewers in the East Coast are going to know that the resort's not fully functional and is not fully developed yet, because I think the TV shots can just focus on the golf. There's going to be some awesome shots.
Yeah, Steve Winslow from the PGA Tours, who came out, he approves courses to be a PGA tournament course. And we walked the course for 7 hours, and the grass hadn't even fully grown in yet. Walked it for 7 hours. He saw the platform of Black Desert. He saw that. Well, anyway, he said, Patrick, there are spectacular golf courses on the PGA Tour, and there's epic holes, but nothing is going to pop on international television like Black Desert and Greater Zion. And I believe that's true.
Yeah, you got the Snow Canyon right there. You can get the shots of Pine Valley. If they want, they can send a drone up to Zion. I mean, there's so much around here that can really, really paint the picture of how beautiful our backyard is. Yeah. We kind of take it for granted when we wake up every morning, but anytime I have friends come to town for the first time that have never been here, they're just amazed at how special it is and how beautiful it is. Yeah. So, I mean, sure, you've had a lot of that recently, because you've had a lot of out-of-town viewers wanting to come and play the course.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention, Devin, is that we really embrace this Utah's resort, Utah's tournament. And Governor Cox said, Black Desert is becoming Utah's resort. And I take that to heart. And so our grand opening is April 2nd of 2025. And that was when we were planning to open, officially. But we have a PGA tournament, so we don't have like a choice. We have to open.
Right.
And so there's this period between the end of the tournament and April 2nd. That we weren't sure what to do, and we decided to make it a preview period for all of Utah. So if you've got a state-issued Utah driver's license or whatever, you can book at blackdesertresort.com between now and March 31st of 2025 and stay at Black Desert, promo code Utah, for only $199, and you get a $50 per day resort credit. So it's essentially like $150 to stay at Black Desert and experience it. And we really, really want Utahns to experience it first, and then give us some feedback. Let us know what we can do better.
And that obviously gets them access to the restaurants and the pools and the lazy river and the golf course and all the amenities.
Except the lazy river won't be done yet.
Won't be done yet.
Yeah.
Didn't I see water in the pool yesterday?
There's water in the pool.
Water in the pool.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big development.
Right. Yes.
I mean, we got to take these little victories.
The pool is wet. Yes.
Patrick Manning, managing partner, Black Desert, with us. He's going to join us the next 2 Wednesdays leading up to the tournament. We'll have some special guests with him on occasion. Maybe we'll get Jadon Blake. Maybe we'll get a Patrick Fishburne or Zach Blair to join him as well. And then we'll have a recap after the tournament is over. Cannot wait. It is right here in Ivan, Santa Clara, Greater St. George, the Black Desert Championship. If you haven't played the course, go watch the PGA Tour players, and then stay at the resort, and then you can play the course for the very first time. It's going to be an unbelievable shape. Basically, from now through the tournament, the course is closed. Nobody's playing it except for maybe select practice rounds, right?
That's right. Yeah, we're shut down and taking meticulous care to have this inaugural year, just like Steve Winslow said, pop on national television.
What is the yardage from the tips going to be playing? A lot of golfers out there probably wondering that have maybe already played the course like me. It's long, but it's not like a U.S. Open style length. But I see you guys adding some tee boxes out there.
We added a lot of length, so the pros will be playing at about 74.50.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah,
you can stay out of the lava. Stay out of the lava.
If the ball's going in the lava though, you just got to yell "lava love," and it increases your chances of getting a good bounce.
That's right. That's right.
We've proven that.
We've all got kicks out of there with smiley faces on our golf ball, and we're like, yes, living lucky. Living lucky. I say to people all the time, I'd rather be lucky than good at golf any day. But these guys are good. The PGA Tour coming to St. George. Patrick Manning, we'll have him on again every Wednesday all the way to the week after the event. Black Desert Championship coming. Go to blackdesertevents.com if you haven't got your daily passes, your grounds tickets, your VIP experiences. I've been telling people, and we've got some tickets to give away, by the way, a select few. We teamed up with United We Pledge, and we've got a few select tickets. So if you want to win some tickets, you can actually go text keyword PGA to 435-990-9950, and we'll put you in the drawing. We're going to start drawing for those starting at the end of this week. So we'll start texting some winners. So get into it. We got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And to finish my comment, people don't understand. I've been to a lot of golf tournaments as a patron and a fan. The practice rounds are great days to go because you can interact with the players. You get more autographs on those days. They're working, but they're more accessible. And that's going to be that Wednesday Pro-Am, right, where fans can go, attend, and get right up and close and go to the range and see all the cool things that you get to see when you're going to a PGA Tour event.
Yeah, October 9th.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the Pro-Am. That'll be a great day to get out there, and there's not so many spectators out. It's kind of a slower day, so you get to roam around and, like you said, have everything be more accessible.
I remember we were at Torrey Pines U.S. Open 2008, and it was a practice round, and there's probably 80, 90 kids lined up, and Ernie Els came along and started signing. And by the time he signed all 80 or so, rough number there, he looked up and his practice round playing partners were on the green, putted out. And he's like, I got to go back to work. Thanks, guys. And he jogged to catch him on the next tee. Like, he gave up like half a hole just to sign autographs for these fans that were there wanting Ernie Els autographs. I thought that was a classic.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah. Patrick Manning, thanks for the time, buddy. I know you're busy.
Devin.
I know you're busy. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Okay, see you then.
Patrick Manning, Black Desert. If you want more details, you want tickets, we only have a few to give away, so text PGA to 435-990-9950 or get over to the website, blackdesertevents.com. We'll take the break. We'll be right back on the drive.